A few days. That's all that we got. Just a few days to make the boat ready to go out to sea again. To refuel it, to restock it, to complete the most basic maintenance. And all of that was done with a very curious degree of secrecy. The men were not allowed to leave the docks. Even our new orders are kind of vague. We are just ordered to sail through the Kiel Canal and dock in Spittel, where we will receive further orders. I think something bigger is going on. Of course, nobody wanted to talk about anything officially, but I know that most U-boats were not allowed to leave harbor from the beginning of March. All of them have been prepared for a patrol, and have either left harbor in the last few days, or are about to do so. And that is not the only thing I noticed. While listening to the dock workers, I learned that there is a lot of activity on the other side of the harbor, where the warships are docked. I am sure that they are being prepared for a sortie into the North Sea. And I think, somehow, we might be part of that effort. But I do not understand what the goal here is. Do they want to force the British into a decisive battle? They can't be serious about that. The Royal Navy is far stronger than our surface navy. But maybe our U-boats can make a difference. Let's just hope the Navy Command knows what they are doing. So far, this war has been very weird. It has only really been fought at sea and in the air. Substantial warfare on land between Germany, France and Britain has yet to start. It seems as if the governments are keen to avoid the disaster that was the Great War. So it might be up to us, the Navy, to bring about a decision in this war. I'm just not sure that we have the numbers to accomplish this. When we docked at Brunsbüttel, the staff officer, who we had met just a few days ago, came on board and handed me a sealed package of orders. He then handed me documents that order us to sail to AF57, which is off the coast of Norway, and to patrol there until we receive further instructions. We are also ordered to avoid, at all costs, any incidents in Norwegian coastal waters. I think this has to do with the Altmark incident, where an English ship entered Norwegian coastal waters to capture the Altmark, a German merchant ship. The Norwegians were very unhappy about this breach of neutrality. I wonder if we will be the only boat up there in the north, or if maybe there'll be a dozen more. I dared to ask the question. He just looked at me, and then said that asking questions is unbecoming of a naval officer. I guess we won't become friends.
Neuer Funkspruch, Herr Kaloin!
I do not enjoy being woken at night, but that's just part of a commander's life. I'm sure it must be something important. We have been patrolling this sector for a few days, without encountering anything really. To all U-boats off Norway, British task force sighted leaving UK waters. Destination believed to be Norway. Oh, it's starting to make sense now. Norway is of vital importance to our war effort. Through Norway we receive our iron ore. Through the Norwegian coastal waters it is transported towards Germany. If the British were to invade Norway and cut that vital supply line, we would be in very big trouble. I conclude that the British plans must have become known beforehand, and we were ordered up here to make sure that Britain can't invade Norway, that they can't again show such blatant disregard for Norway's neutrality. We must be here to protect and safeguard Norway's neutrality, a task which we will gladly fulfill.
Funkspruch, Herr Kaloin!
Oh, let's have a look. What is it this time? To U-boat commanders. Reported large British attack warship group moving from grid AN 4100, probably toward Norway. This confirms it. The English are making a move.
Neuer Funkspruch, Herr Kaloin!
Oh man, this better be something good. Such is a commander's life. I'm sure it has its perks somewhere. Let's go and have a look. Okay. How late is it even? Oh, damn. Ah, there goes the night. What do you have for me? To all U-boat commanders, open Hartmut package. Ignore all previous orders. Plan completion date of operation 25th of April. During this period, all follow the instructions of the Hartmut order. This must be it. After sailing through the North Sea up here, we are finally going into action. We are finally going to employ those torpedoes that we have on board. I suspect that these will be orders to intercept English ships heading for Norway. Let's have a look. Okay. Let's see. We are ordered to sail to the entrance of the Trondheim fjord. Once in position, we are to intercept any attempts by British warships to enter the fjord. Ha! Just what I thought. Targets' identities need to be verified before shooting. Friendly ships are expected in the area. Well, I guess our surface fleet will set sail. We are making our way towards the coast of Norway, but the weather is absolutely terrible, and this does reduce our speed by a lot. But maybe this is of no consequence. We did receive a radio message that we have to be in positions on the 9th of April. So we still have 2 days. We should reach at the time. We did just receive another radio message though. British capital ships, believed to be surging from Scapa Float to the east. U-boats off Norwegian coast are to report any sightings. Everything points to an impending battle between the German and the British fleet near Norway. But to be honest, I have my doubts. The British fleet is large, their home fleet especially, and they outgun our fleet by a huge margin. 8th of April 1940. We have made it. We have reached the entrance to the Trondheim fjord. This is where we will stand guard. We will make sure that no British ship enters these waters. The Hartmut order states that German warships might enter the area to defend it from British warships, so we have to be careful what we engage. All of a sudden the watch crew sounded the alarm. Everybody rushed to their battle stations. I rushed up to the bridge to see what is going on. A huge shape had appeared out of the darkness. My first thought was that this was it. This was a British warship. But the shape of the ship seemed very familiar. And upon better inspection, this is the Admiral Hipper. It is our ship, with destroyers accompanying it. They are sailing into the fjord. We used light signals to notify them that we had not spotted any enemy warships. The heavy cruiser then proceeded deeper into the fjord, accompanied by 4 destroyers. Apparently it has become necessary that our warships enter Norwegian territorial waters to defend them. It is very unfortunate that the British have forced us to take such drastic measures to protect our interests in these waters. In the afternoon of the next day, Admiral Hipper came steaming out of the fjord again. We exchanged further signals, and I learned that events have unfolded a bit differently from what I had imagined. Their purpose here was to unload troops. They and their destroyers brought 1,700 men to Trondheim to occupy it, to safeguard it against British aggression. On the radio we had heard that our army has entered Denmark. The Danish government has capitulated after just a few hours. I have to admit I'm a bit stunned by these news. It might be necessary from a military standpoint. But we have just invaded neutral Denmark and occupied it. And we are doing the same in Norway. I had hoped that we are here to defend Norway's neutrality against the British. But now we are the ones invading. On the radio they say that the British invasion has been imminent and that this was the only course of action for us to take. We'll see how this will unfold. So far the Norwegian government does not seem to have surrendered. The Admiral Hipper will now proceed to Wilhelmshaven. They signal that they are in need of repair, and we can actually see damage visible on their bows. They signal that they have been rammed by a suicidal English destroyer. too headed out to sea to search for enemy warships, but we didn't find any. Instead, enemy airplanes found us. We were quite frequently attacked and bombed by them. But somehow, we managed to survive all of that without a scratch. We were always just that little bit faster than they were.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin.
Derzeitige Tiefe 1,0. Derzeitige Tiefe 2,0. Derzeitige Tiefe 3,0.
But where are these airplanes coming from? There's no airfield for them here. They have to be carrier-based. That's the only explanation.
Derzeitige Tiefe 4,0. Derzeitige Tiefe 5,0. Derzeitige Tiefe 5,2 Meter.
But we don't know where that aircraft carrier is. I hope the Luftwaffe can find it and sink it so that these planes stop pestering us.
Derzeitige Tiefe 6,0.
Ultimately, these planes forced us to stay submerged during the day and to surface at night to recharge batteries. We did receive a radio message telling us of an imminent landing of English troops in Namsos. We are ordered to prevent it at all costs. We immediately set course for Namsos. That the British should have an invasion fleet ready at such short notice confirms that they did intend to invade Norway. Unfortunately, there are bad news. The heavy cruiser Blücher was sunk while trying to enter Oslo harbor. The cruisers Lützow and Emden were damaged. Up in the north at Narvik, the most important port of this operation, our ships did manage to land troops, but were apparently then engaged by Royal Navy ships. We don't know for certain, but there are losses. U-boats who have managed to find targets report of widespread torpedo malfunctions. I ordered a thorough examination of our torpedoes. Everything seems to be working as it should. We have received orders to always fire 2 torpedoes, one set with a magnetic pistol, one set with an impact pistol. After we arrived at Namsos Fjord, we were of course once again attacked by aircraft, forcing us to dive and to stay submerged during the days. But we did make it in time. No British ships have passed yet, and we are in a position to intercept anything that tries to reach the port. Hello there, and welcome to a new episode of our Silent Hunter 3 campaign, where we are currently playing Operation WESERÜBUNG in Norway, and we have just spotted a ship on the horizon. Where is it? There. And I don't know about you, but that looks pretty big and pretty tasty. So,
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin. Neuer Kurs.
full speed ahead.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin.
Beide Maschinen AK voraus.
Are we still recharging batteries? Stop that immediately.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin. Normaler Antrieb.
All speed to the engines. Let's get everything to combat readiness. Extra crew to the engines. Make sure that we have no defects there. And then we'll just have to see what we are facing here. I think this might be a very tasty target. There it is. Crap, that's a warship. That's a big one. Now, is it friendly or is it enemy? That's the question. And when should I dive? Should I dive now? Are there destroyers around it? Not really. I'll stay on the surface for just a moment longer. Just a little bit longer. This might be a very nice catch. Okay. Give me a weather report. Wind speed 7 meters per second. Bring me the user to the bridge.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin.
Before I dive, I want to report that thing. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Okay, let's have a quick look. AOB, probably something like so. Speed, probably pretty high. Distance, let's give it 5 kilometers. So let's put speed to something like this. Okay. It was... Come on. That ship, yeah. Okay, radio operator, report, send out the contact report. Let's verify that. Contact report, enemy task force sighted, estimated speed 12 knots, estimated course 92 degrees, 20 knots, okay, yeah. Got it. We are currently near Namsos, where we have been just patrolling at the entrance to this fjord. And man, it looks like we have a winner here. I have to dive now. Periscope depth.
Auf Zero-Tiefe gehen.
Jawohl,
Slow
Herr
down
Kaloin.
half speed.
Große Fahrt voraus.
Come on, get the boat below the waves. There we go. There we go.
Jawohl, Herr
Let's start to
Kaloin.
turn the
Neuer
boat.
Kurs 289. Jawohl, Herr Kaloin. Volle Fahrt voraus.
And let's have a quick look. We have to identify this ship. And as I said in my rules for this campaign, I'm not using the recognition manual for merchant ships, but for warships,
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin.
yeah,
Neuer
sure, no
Kurs
problem.
290.
Because a U-boat would absolutely have had a recognition book for warships on board with cutouts and all the available information. So we are making use of that. No questions asked. No distress. Is this thing alone? Might this be a friendly ship? Maybe one of our cruisers coming to Namsos to bombard it a bit. It's possible. But you know what? I'll just get ready, just in case. So if this is indeed a British warship, we'll find it in this list. We are going too fast.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin. Große Fahrt voraus.
We have completed the turn, so we can slow down.
Jawohl, Herr
Slow down
Kaloin.
even more.
Ein Drittel Fahrt voraus.
There we go. Oh! Oh, what? Oh! Oh, now what? Multiple ships. Oh, this is getting very interesting. And those things look big. But I'll rather sink a warship. Is this a destroyer? Or is this something bigger? I'm actually not sure. But let's have a look. Okay, I see 2 funnels. I think this is too big to be a destroyer. This is way too big to be a destroyer. Okay. Let's
Jawohl,
keep
Herr
closing the
Kaloin.
distance to
Neuer
the
Kurs
track.
353.
I will have to take a speed reading at some point, but not right now. For now I want to get closer. This might be a super juicy target. As per the new torpedo setting procedures, I have 3 torpedoes loaded. One is a steam torpedo. As per the new procedures, I'm advised to shoot both a magnetic torpedo and an impact pistol torpedo. But I have 3 torpedoes loaded, so I basically have set 2 torpedoes to impact and 1 to magnetic. Oh, there's a destroyer. That's a destroyer for sure. Okay, so there are destroyers. Okay, let's try to identify this thing so that we can get some measurements done here. Okay, I see 2 funnels. And I don't think this is a battleship, so we'll skip straight through those. And go to the cruisers. Battle cruisers. No. No. No, not an aircraft carrier. No, no, no. These things all have 3 funnels. Okay. Light cruisers. I cannot tell how many guns this thing has in the front. I can tell 2 masts, catapult, fighter aircraft. Yes, no, maybe. Not sure. But just looking at this cat out here, I don't think this is it. Bellona class. What about you? No, I don't think so. Dido? Could... Nah, the mast doesn't fit. Fiji class. No, the mast... it's very difficult to say, but I don't think so. Leander class. No. Town class. We might be onto something here. I'll be laughing if this is actually a German ship, but I don't think so. This must be an English task force. Ah, damn, I'm leaving my periscope up for way too long. But I have to identify this thing before it gets so close that I can't fire anymore. Let's keep the town class in mind. It's a possibility. Armed merchant cruiser, yeah. It's not these things. These are now the destroyers. Town class. It's very difficult to tell. It's very, very difficult to tell what I'm looking at. But I think there is a crane here that would correspond to this crane that you can see here on the picture. If that is indeed a town class, then his length is 180 meters. I'm looking for that value. I want to know how long this ship is, so that I can take a good speed reading. I will try to set up a 90-degree shot. It won't be easy though. Anyway, it won't matter much. Actually, I might be on a collision course with this thing. If that's the case, then I'm looking at a whole different method of shooting. Let's observe. If I'm on a collision course, then this thing It's gonna be screwed. But there was a destroyer somewhere. I have to be careful with my speed. And I am getting kinda close to this thing. Am I on a collision course? Quick verification. By placing my crosshairs on his mast. And have a look. Are we gaining or is he gaining? You know what? This does look pretty stable to me. This does indeed look pretty stable. That would be quite something, I gotta tell you. No, we are gaining on him. I think. I think we are. Not by much though. Or is he turning? No, I don't think so. I hope not. Are you turning? No, this is not going the way I want to. Okay, we are not going to shoot like that. I need accurate firing data for a target like this. So it's very tempting to try to shoot like this. You know what I'm trying to do, right? The Ausdämpferfahren method, where I basically get on a collision course with the target. That gives me the inputs that I need to make, and then I just shoot at this thing. All the officers to their stations. Weapons officers, get to your station as well. Now, weapons officer, I see the target at a bearing of 297. Bearing 297 is over here, and 297, come on, something like this. And I think I see it at a AOB of about 30 degrees. So his course is 275. Let's just give it that course. 275. I'm not on a perfect collision course. Okay, let's actually turn in for a range for a speed measurement.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin. Neuer Kurs 301.
275. This will have to be a fast one. Slow down the
Jawohl,
boat.
Herr Kaloin. Kleine Fahrt voraus.
Don't want to get spotted now. Turning the boat. Let's try to use the time to identify this thing. No, I can't tell. I cannot tell with certainty what I'm looking at. I can't even tell. Okay, he has 2 gun turrets in the front. Possibly 2 in the back. That does correspond to this ship. Does it correspond to the other light cruisers? Yes, unfortunately it does. But the bridge structure is kinda distinct, so I think... And the crane, yeah, that's the crane that I saw. I think this is a town class.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin. Neuer Kurs 294. Jawohl, Herr Kaloin. Neuer Kurs 297.
Okay. Wrong button. Let's prepare to take a speed reading. Wrong button again. Bit nervous. Okay. Speed reading. Start the clock. Now range will be short. Give it a kilometer. Speed we will establish in just a moment. Weapons officer, if he's going at a course of 275 I said. And I need to stop the clock right now. Okay, that gives me 28 seconds. Oh, come on. Don't do that right now.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin.
Start turning the boat.
Steuerbord.
What did I say? 28 seconds with a speed of with a length of 180. That would make this sail at a speed of 12.5 knots. Let's dial that in. 12.5. Draft is 5.4 meters. Torpedo number 1 will be magnetic, set to 6.5, something like that. Open the tube. Torpedo 2, impact. Torpedo 3, impact. Torpedo 2, medium speed. Open all tubes. Torpedo 1, prepare for fire. AOB 90 right now, and let's fire from the turn.
Rohr 1.
Aal ist im Wasser.
Per instructions, wait 8 seconds, then fire the next torpedo.
Rohr 2.
Aal ist im Wasser.
Los.
Reduce the range a bit. Torpedo 3,
Rohr 3.
fire.
Aal ist im Wasser. Los.
All torpedoes fired. Start reloads immediately. Will we get any hits? Let's have a look. Man, I'm much closer than I thought, but yes, we do get hits. At least one. Very awesome. And there are destroyers around. Okay. Let's not play around here.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin.
Depth
Neue
60
Tiefe,
meters.
5, 9 Meter.
Let's put ourselves... New radio message. Let's have a quick look. No, not this one. No, nothing that has to do with this. Let's sail
Jawohl,
eastwards.
Herr Kaloin. Neuer Kurs 119.
Let's take a quick look around. Oh, you're not having a great time. We torpedoed the light cruiser. We actually did torpedo a light cruiser. This is amazing. Okay, torpedo waiting in queue for loading. No idea why that is. Let's bring in more crew to the torpedo compartment. I need some reloads and I need them now. Also, sonar needs to be manned. Torpedo waiting in queue for loading. Possibly the waves are moving the boat too much and I need to dive a little bit deeper. So the torpedo reloading will start very soon. Let's have a look at the damage that we caused. Here it is. Oh, this is great. Do you see this white smoke? That's steam. That's steam from ruptured boilers. We hit an engine somewhere. Yeah, you can see that one of the screws has shut down. But still, this thing... I'm not sure if it will sink. One torpedo might not be enough. What the hell happened here? Oh, my torpedoes. Yeah, okay. So we had 2 duds. Or misses, not quite sure. But that's not very nice. And the destroyer is now, of course, searching for us. So, let's do something against that. Where's that destroyer?
Tiefe 2-0.
That there sound like a destroyer. That's a destroyer. That's the torpedo. There's still a torpedo running. I think it just died. That must be the damaged ship.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin. Neuer Kurs 8-7.
Okay. So far so good. Torpedo reloads have started. 10 minutes and we'll have 1 torpedo in. But now it's about evading those destroyers. They don't seem to know where this was fired from. Which I do appreciate. I just can't resist. Let's have a quick look. Oh, he's not looking good. He might be going down. He might indeed be going down. But was it worth it? Was it worth it? How many tons? 10,700 tons, if that is indeed a Terran-class cruiser. But I guess the freighters that are coming in behind him, I guess these are quite a bit heavier, so I wouldn't mind to get some torpedoes reloaded and to put some of those maybe into this ship here. And yeah, that's a destroyer or something like that, yeah.
Kontakt, Frachter, kommt näher auf 220.
I wouldn't mind to sink this thing.
Derzeitige Tiefe 3-0.
Okay, we are slowly sinking deeper. Oh, didn't want to do that. Oh, this doesn't sound good for him. Now, does it? That sounds like he's in some serious trouble. Oh, look at that. He launched star shells to illuminate the area. That's a destroyer that's coming in. Uh-oh. Oh! Oh, he's not looking good. He is most definitely not looking good. That looks like a fuel fire. There's still 3 screws turning though, but it does not look good for him. He spilled some fuel and it ignited. So will this be enough to sink him? You will have to wait until next week to find out, unfortunately. This episode has already been quite long, so I have to make a cut here. I hope that you enjoyed the episode. If you did, please let me know in the comments. And I really look forward to seeing you again next time. Until then, have some great days and goodbye.